Hello. My name is Dr. Phil Vallejo, and I have the privilege of being the director of bands here at Marshall University. Thank you for coming today to see all the work that your students have put into this honor band experience. We're so lucky to have them here. Thank you for trusting us with your children. I'm sure they don't like being called children, but they're still your children, right? I have kids. They will forever be my children. And a few things. There's a lot of stuff that goes into putting together an event like this. It doesn't just magically happen, and so I do want to say thank you to some of the people that have worked really hard to make this happen. So we normally have a graduate TA. We are currently, this semester, we don't have one, so we asked our former graduate TA if she would stay on and help us organize the event, and she does a tremendous amount of work. And so we will formally recognize her in the last concert, but if you happen to know her and you see her, please say thank you to her, and her name is Gigi Ortiz. So thank you to Gigi. Every concert that we have is live streamed, and of course the lights and the microphone that I just learned how to use has to get set up, and the sound has to go into the live stream correctly and all those things. So James Hedricks, who is running the sound and the lights for us, he runs this hall for us. So we're very appreciative for the time that he puts in, not just because he works here, but because he goes above and beyond to make the experience great for everyone here and for the people that are watching from home. So thank you to James. Also, we are fortunate to be at a university that values music and what it does for everyone. And so we are thankful to our university president, Mr. Brad Smith, the dean of the College of Arts and Media, Dr. Maria Ginhart, the director of School of Music, Dr. Martin Saunders, and to all the faculty that are here, that they went through, out of the 300 plus students that were accepted in, about 250 of them sent in video auditions to be considered for a ranking placement. And so that means that the faculty has to sit and watch all 250. Now, of course, they're not watching, the flute professors watching all the flutes, but you can imagine there are a lot of flutes that audition. There are a lot of clarinetists that audition. And so they give of their time. They're not paid to do that. And then, of course, a lot of these students wanted to audition for the School of Music yesterday, so they give up of their time again to come and listen to students in hopes that we can advocate for scholarship money for them or for waivers for them. And then they give master classes. So yesterday, everyone was treated to a 45-minute master class with our faculty members, and including a couple of local band directors. So to Mr. Nicholas Bragg and to Mr. Tyler Davis, thank you so much for running the sectionals for the French horns and for the euphonium tuba sections. And then, of course, they give up, faculty gives up all their classes. We basically take over the whole building for 2.5 days. So thank you to them. If there's any faculty members here right now, thank you. Of course, we are fortunate to have School of Music students that just love to volunteer. And then we have music fraternity and sorority groups like Kappa Kappa Psi, Delta Omicron, the National Association for Music Education Collegiate Chapter here at Marshall, the Marshall University Percussive Arts Society group that they do all this stuff. And then there's some students who just love to volunteer their time, and they're not a part of any of those groups. And what I love about it is if you want to be a band director, stuff like this is just a day in the life of a band director, right? This is a little crazier of a day, but this is like running a marching band competition for, like 72 hours straight, right? So it gives them a glimpse of how do I organize large-scale events, and how do I serve this many students? So thank you to all the students that have volunteered their time to help us make this happen. Now, this event is run by us, but it wouldn't exist if we didn't have incredible band directors that give up a lot of free time to help students reach the level they need to reach to be able to play in ensembles that can show up and put together a whole concert in 2 days. right? Or 2.5 days. So we need to give if there are any band directors in here, please stand up. And many of them are in 123 watching a live stream of this event because they didn't want to take seats away from parents. So please, if you're a band director, please stand up, and and let's make sure that the people in 123 hear your appreciation. Okay, and of course, being a parent myself, my kids are involved in different activities, and we give up a lot of time to just get them to where they need to be, and for band kids, that doesn't just mean, hey, take me to practice, please. Hey, I need a new reed. Another one? I'm a percussionist. So, I just bought you sticks. Yeah, I know, and I broke them, because I practiced a lot, right? And so, I know they're very appreciative of you, even if they don't always say it. Don't worry, they'll text it to you. It's fine. It'll all be in emojis, right? So anyway, students, let's make sure that your parents know how much you love them and appreciate the time that they spend to support what you love to do. Okay, so speaking of parents and the people that are here to watch you, there's a lot of people standing in the back, so I'm going to say something, and some of you won't do it, and I'm used to it, so I'm not going to be offended if you don't do it, but if everyone could scoot in, then everyone on the back could move down the sides and they could find open seats, because it's a lot harder for them to get into those middle seats. So if everyone scoots in from the outside in, it'll make their lives a little bit easier. And so now there should be space for people, unless they just want to stand. They're not into the whole sitting thing. Thank you so much. I think the guilt trip worked a little bit, so. Okay, so before we get going, a couple of things. Oh, I do want to thank another person. Sorry, we are fortunate. A lot of schools, some schools have 3 band directors at the university. Some have 2. Some only have 1. So we're really lucky to have 2 band directors here. And so, what's really funny is his title is the director of athletic bands. But recently one of our students was writing about a cover letter for a graduate program, and he said, I've studied with the director of bands, me, and the athletic director of bands. And I was like, what, am I the non-athletic director of bands? Because technically his name is the director of athletic bands. And so we're fortunate to have Dr. Christopher Schletter, who goes above and beyond the responsibilities of, you think football season is crazy. Basketball season is really crazy because they're having to do multiple games every week, and the personnel sometimes shifts throughout the week depending on what night of the week the game is and what students have classes. And so he's just constantly staying on that. In a week and a half or 2 weeks, he has to take students to Pensacola, Florida. And when he's there, he's going to have to surf. But it takes time away from his family, right? And so he has 2 young ones. So I'm very appreciative to have a colleague that I get to work with that helps me do things, and I get to help him do things. So please thank you to Dr. Christopher Schletter. Okay, so I'm going to give you some logistical things. When this ensemble finishes the concert, we will give you time to take pictures. We'll have them all lower their stands so that you can see their faces and all that. And you can come up to the front if you like. And then when that's finished, what we're going to have them do, they're all going to exit that door. Please don't follow them. It will make things very challenging. So they're going to go out that door. They're going to circle around the building. They're going to come in through this other door where you weren't allowed to come in. They're going to come in through that door, and then they're going to go get their stuff, and then they're going to exit that side of the building, and which is the Hal Greer side of the building. And that will help keep things flowing, because as one band is leaving, another band will be making their way over here so that we can keep the concert going in an orderly fashion. Now, for you, you came in through this door over here. You're going to exit the opposite door, and you're going to exit towards Hal Greer, so that all the people that are leaving are going that way, and all the people that are coming in are going this way. We don't cross the streams. It's like Ghostbusters. We keep it nice and clean, okay? All right. I'm going to work with the band on, we're going to tune, and then I will talk about the conductor, and then you'll get to hear this band play the music that they've been practicing, and you'll get to cheer them on. All right, so we'll be right back. Just go ahead and play a bunch of concert tabs first, and then we'll do the feedback staggered high voices and middle voices. Okay, concert up. Before I forget, we had a raffle sponsored by Delta Omicron, and the raffle winner, they gave me this phonetic spelling. I don't know that I trust what they gave me. Rick Fuson concert band. Yes? Rick? No, sorry. I wrote Rick. It's not Rick. I remember it. It said Roku. Roku. Yeah, sorry. Okay, so this band has had the pleasure of being able to work with Dr. Adam Wilkie. Dr. Adam Wilkie and I both happen to have gone to school together for our undergraduate programs. When I first was offered a job, I was an assistant director, and then when I became a head director, I didn't know what I was doing. They just was like, well, you're kind of one of the only people that applied. And so here you go. And but it was a competitive band program, and so I had heard that Adam wanted to move back to the area to work on his master's degree. So I called him. I said, hey, will you come be my assistant and teach me how to do this job? And so for 6 years, we shared an office, and then we just did a lot of volunteer work together in California. And so it was great to be able to invite him out here. His band program, it's pretty small. They only have like 275 members in it. And they're consistently one of the top bands in California. If you ever want to see his competitive marching band, that's James Logan High School. And they will blow your mind at the things that they accomplish each and every year. And so that doesn't happen by luck, right? It happens because He's an incredible band director, and he also has two assistants that are also amazing. And so it was nice for him to be able to come out and share his knowledge of band with these students. And so it gives me great honor and great pleasure to invite my friend and former colleague to the stage. So please help me welcome Dr. Adam Wilkie.
Thank you so much. It's such a pleasure to be out here in West Virginia. This is the first time in my life I've ever gotten to visit this state. So I really appreciate being out here. These kids have done a ton of work. Don't they sound great? Two nights ago, they did not sound anything like that. These kids have done so much work in 2 days and put up with my relentless nagging to do things better and to support and play with tone and all the things that musicians need to do. So I just want to say thank you for coming. Thank you for having me. It's a pleasure to be here. And the kids have been fantastic. So that was Secret Valley by Michael Sweeney. Just a really great piece that we've had a lot of fun doing. The second piece we're going to do is just a beautiful lyrical by Randall Standridge. This is called When the Spring Rain Begins to Fall. It takes a lot of guts to stand up and play a solo in a concert hall like this. So extra round of applause for all the soloists on that piece. Did a great job. And I know it feels like we just started, but we're about to play our last piece. I just want to thank you all for being great hosts. Dr. Vallejo, Dr. Schletter, they've been amazing hosts. Everybody in West Virginia has been really, really great. I hope I get to come back to this great state at some point and work with all these wonderful people again. I tell the kids, band is a small world, and everybody knows somebody who knows somebody, and we're all connected. So it's great to add people to my network of band friends, and now they're all part of that network. And I told them if they ever see me at a drum corps show, they better say hi and say I remember you from West Virginia, because I will definitely remember this trip, because it's the only time I've been here. So anyway, I just want to thank everybody for having and being excellent hosts. Thank you to the parents for getting these kids started in music, and I know Dr. Vallejo just said a lot of this already, but people underestimate the work it is for parents to invest in the instruments and the lessons, and telling the kids to go practice, and sometimes it's an investment just sitting and listening to them practice. I had kids that played trumpet as well, and that was rough some days. So thank you for all you do, parents, and thanks for having me here. It's been such a pleasure. We're going to close with a Mark Lortz piece called After Pandora. So thank you again.
Okay, what a wonderful job by the concert band and under the direction of Dr. Adam Wilkie. We do have a gift for Dr. Wilkie, just some things that are specific to West Virginia that are going to make him want to come back, you know. So, not tutors. There was no, I didn't want to do that to him. Yeah, so, yeah, he heard about tutors and pepperoni rolls, I think. So, yeah. Anyway, here you go. And before we get to the pictures, one thing I realized, I was looking out and I was like, why isn't anybody looking at the programs? That's so strange. Because no one got handed programs because I think they got set up on the wrong side. So as you're leaving, you can grab a program, and then we're going to put some on that door because you're going to go out that door because you're all amazing rule followers, and we're going to put some at that door so as people are coming in, they can have programs, and it has all the students' names in it, so mainly just so you have them for your own records, and people like to keep those things. I still keep those things. And then, of course, I get paid to do what I love, and so I always loved to talk about if your child comes to you and says, hey, I'm thinking about becoming a music major and becoming a band director or choir teacher or orchestra teacher or anything along those lines, encourage them to do so, whether here at Marshall or that other school. Yeah. Encourage them to do it because I tell people that on my worst day as a music teacher, I'm trying to figure out how to make something sound great, right? And that's my worst day. On my best days, I'm making music with amazing individuals, and it's a blessing. I feel blessed every day to get to come to a job that I love, and I used to think about this when I was a kid. Man, it would be awesome to be a professional basketball player and get paid to play basketball all the time. And it wasn't until maybe 10 years into my job that's like, yeah, it kind of worked out that way. Like I get paid to do what I love every day. I don't get paid the same way, but I get paid nonetheless. I'm still working on some signature shoes though, so keep an eye out for those. And then of course, we would love to have your students come and be a part of our marching band or concert bands, even if they're not music majors. They just, I once heard a student of mine, we were trying to recruit middle school students, so we were trying to figure out what to tell them and come up with like some good one-liners. And he said, no one ever says, I wish I had never picked up an instrument. They always say the opposite. You get to you're 35 and you're like, I wish I had never stopped playing. And so we all know that. So encourage your children to just keep going and keep playing. Even if they're not going to be music majors, they can be in either of our concert bands, or they can be in our marching band, pep band. Our jazz band programs are fantastic. We have a full symphony orchestra, and we have several choir options. So anything that you want to do is available here to you at Marshall. And so we're very fortunate to have a school that supports the arts. So, and then before I forget, those programs that you don't have, those were actually made by, we designed them, but then they're all printed. And so I just want to say thank you to Mr. John Winters, and who's actually, his daughter is in the Wind Symphony, who will be performing 2 bands from now. So thank you to him and his crew who produce everything that we send them. So anyway, we're going to take a second here or a couple minutes to take a picture. So students, if you can just lower your stands as far down as possible so that we can see your faces. And then Dr. Wilkie, if you can stand maybe over by the chimes. And then I'll give you a second to come up here, but first I'm gonna get out of the way. And Dr. Schletter's going to take a picture from back there, and then after that, I'll let you come up, and I'm going to take this mic, I think, and then I'll let you know when it's time to come up. Let me get this mic stand out of the way. And if you can turn your chairs a little bit and face, like if you're on the outsides, kind of face forward so that your parents can see your faces. And don't forget to smile, all right? We good back there? Okay. So any parents that want to come up to the front, you're more than welcome to come up to the front and take pictures. We'll do about 2 minutes of that, and then we're going to transition after that. As you're taking pictures, I had somebody ask about the live stream. So a couple things. If you go to YouTube and you search Marshall School of Music, you can find it there. And then, in case you're wondering, it does stay up there for a very, very long time. So if you want to send it to people because they missed the concert, they can look tonight, they can look tomorrow, they can look in a year and find it. So. Okay, we got about 10 seconds, and then we're going to do one other thing. Dr. Schlutter, are you ready? Okay, students, Dr. Schlutter is back there on the chair. So we're going to count, and you're going to yell, "Go Herd," all right? Okay? Even if your parents went to the other school, all right? Okay, here we go. Ready? You counted off from back there, Dr. Schlutter?
1, 2, 3. Go Herd! We are Marshall!
All right. Thank you so much. Okay, so students, remember that when you leave, we're going out that door. All right. There are some boxes over there. I think they told you what you're going to do with your sheet music. So you're going to dump it in there, and then somebody will guide you around. Do we have a guide, Daisy? Are you the guide? Who's collecting music? How are you going to guide them and collect music? All right. Oh, okay. Why don't you just guide them, and we'll just trust them. Oh, never mind. We got a guide here. Okay. They know to go row by row? Yes, that would be easiest.
We're doing back and front, so back row straight up.
Check. Good evening. If you have children in the next band, welcome. If you do not, if you could exit out the back, because we have a lot of other guests that are going to be coming in. I would also encourage you to, since you have the seats, just maybe move towards the middle so that people can, or at least closer together, so that we can fit as many people in here as possible. Appreciate it. Thank you. They have not. I was going to go back there.
Hello, my name is Dr. Phil Vallejo, and I have the pleasure of being the director of bands here at Marshall University. If you were here earlier, I apologize because you're going to hear all the same things that you heard in the last concert from me, not from the band. But I was told that I talk too much, but I have to say all these things. So in order to go faster, I'm just going to do it all in Spanish. So, I'm going to move as quickly as I can. This festival takes a lot of time and energy to put together, and it doesn't happen on its own, and it's not just because of a couple of directors here. We are lucky to have a former graduate teaching assistant who she graduated in the fall, and we asked her to stay on because we have created systems since the times that she's been here that have helped us to streamline how we do what we do. And so we're very thankful to Gigi Ortiz. So if you know Gigi or you see her, and at the next concert, she'll actually come out and you can put a face with the name. But thank you to Gigi. In the back, we have Mr. James Hedricks, who is taking care of the sound and video for today's concert. In case you know somebody who's not here and wants to see the concert, they can live stream it by simply going to YouTube and looking up Marshall University School of Music, and it'll be there. And if you want to send it to your friends after the fact, it stays archived for quite some time on the homepage, and then if you really look, you can find things from years and years prior. So that's that. Hope I see some of you. Does anybody have any programs in their hands? Yes. Okay. So the last group didn't get programs. They got them on the way out. You got them on the way in. But we're fortunate to have a university that allows us to print things for these events. And so John Winters is the person that prints all of our stuff. His daughter's actually playing in the next one. So, John, if you're here, thank you. And I'll say thank you again next concert. So we have a faculty here that spends a lot of extra time making sure that they support this event. So thank you to the faculty for taking care of all the video auditions online, all the auditions for the School of Music that happened yesterday, all the master classes that they gave yesterday, and the flexibility that they provide by allowing us to take over all their classrooms for 2.5 days, which means that their classes get canceled, but they still have to make up that content in other days. So thank you to them. And of course, going up the chain, we have Director of the School of Music, Dr. Martin Saunders, and our Dean of our College of Arts and Media, Dr. Maria Ginhart, and of course our President of Marshall University, Mr. Brad Smith, all three of which support what we do, and they are big fans of the arts, including our president, who is an alumni of not just Marshall University, but Marshall University Band. So that's really important. We have a lot of student volunteers that help us throughout the day, throughout each day. Specifically, we have every band has a band manager that's hanging out with the band the entire time, making sure that any logistics that need to take care of, they're on top of it. There's a percussion manager who hangs out in the back and is just consistently helping the percussionists, changing mallets or whatever they need in order to feel successful. They're back there. And then we have music fraternities, sororities, and college chapters of different organizations, Kappa Psi, Delta Omicron, the collegiate chapter of the National Association for Music Education here at Marshall, and also the Marshall University Percussive Arts Society. So thank you to all of those students that give of their time, and including the students who aren't involved in any of those organizations. They just give of their time because they love this festival. And many of them love it because they can see themselves being band directors in the future. And that's really important because they get to be a part of these large-scale events. And part of what I do and what makes my life, what gives me the ability to do these events is when I was in college, my band director let me organize large-scale events. And it just made things seem he normalized it for us, right? And so band directors are really good at spinning a lot of plates. And so it's good for them to get used to that. So thank you to them. Of course, we would not have amazing musicians behind me if it wasn't for the band directors that spend a lot of extra time and effort helping the students to get the best out of themselves. So please, students and parents, you're going to help me in a second to show your appreciation for the band directors. Band directors, if you're in here, some of them are in a different room watching the live stream to make sure that there's seats for everyone here. If you're in here, band directors, please stand up, and everyone, please show them your appreciation. Okay, and of course, we all know that being a parent of a band student is awesome, right? I mean, you get to experience some amazing things, but it's not easy. You know, constantly, you know, we got to be at rehearsal for this. We have a competition on this day, and we got to get there early. We got to stay late. And what do you mean? Rehearsal was supposed to end at 5. It's 5:30 now. That would never happen. And I need another reed. I need a new set of drumsticks. I just bought you those. I know. I practiced a lot. They broke. Okay, so then you just do what you need to do to support them. And so students, this is your opportunity to say thank you to your parents for all the support they give you. Of course, I mentioned the faculty members here, and I always want to make sure to acknowledge the director of athletic bands here, Dr. Christopher Schlutter. You know, his job is to make sure that we have an amazing marching band. He does that. To have an amazing pep band during basketball season, that is a crazy time of year. A lot of games all the time, and he has to organize all that. And then he runs the symphonic band here. And then when we're doing the festivals, he's asking, what can I do? What can I do? And so we just do through teamwork. We make all this happen. And so I 100% could not do this without him. And so thank you to Dr. Christopher Schlutter. I think he's in the back somewhere. Anyway, there he is. Thank you. And of course, on behalf of Dr. Schlutter and I, thank you to our wives and our children, because they allow us to do the things that we love, and they basically don't see us for about 3 days. And so we're very appreciative for the support that they give us. I would be remiss to not give my best pitch for Marshall. This is a great school with a lot of opportunities for your students to be a part of the music program, not just as a future band directors, but let me stop and say that if your child shows any desire to be a music teacher of any kind, please encourage that in their lives, because you know that saying, I've never worked a day in my life. You know, when you find that job that you love, that's how I feel. I've had one job. It was a bag boy at a grocery store. I got fired. And then I started teaching, and I've felt like I've never worked since that day. I get paid to do what I love to do, and on my worst day, I'm figuring out how to make things sound better. That's my worst day, right? And so please let them know, hey, it's go do it, and support them through that. This is the same way you've supported them here. If they're not interested in being a music major, every one of our ensembles on this campus is open to anyone of any major. So if they want to be in the marching band, absolutely. I think 70% of the marching band is non-majors. It might be even higher. It might be as much as 80%. And of course, the pep bands. The symphonic band is a lot of non-majors. Even the wind symphony, the top band, has a lot of non-majors in it. And there's a lot of opportunities for waivers, so through the marching band and through the music program. So please send your students here. And even if they don't go here, if they decide to go to that other school, then keep playing, right? And encourage them to keep playing, because I once heard a student of mine tell me, we were trying to recruit middle school students, and we were trying to talk to them about continuing to play, and he said something very wise. He said, when people get older, I always hear them say one specific thing, and they always say, I wish I was still playing. They never say, I wish I had never played my instrument. And so it's always incumbent upon us to remind our students, hey, you're going to regret it if you stop playing. I know, because I regret it, right? I don't. I keep playing. But some of you are former bandos yourself, right? So continue to tell them, keep playing, right? And you're going to make the best friends through doing this. Okay, so before I introduce you to our wonderful conductor, I want to make sure to tell you about the logistics. At the end of the concert, we're going to take a picture from the back where the students will drop their stands, and then what we'll do is after that picture is finished, we'll give you a couple minutes to come up to the front if you want to take some pictures up front. And then when it comes time for the students to leave, they're going to go out that door over there. All right, and please don't follow them out that door because it gets very congested over there. And instead, you're going to go out this set of doors over here, and everything is going to flow in that direction towards Hal Greer. So when they leave, they're going to go out that way as well. So they're going to circle around the building, go inside, get their stuff, and they're going to go out that hallway over towards Hal Greer. And you'll go out towards Hal Greer, and everything will be awesome. And meanwhile, the other people will come in through the other side, just the same way you came in. And that will help us make everything flow because you can see in the hallway, it's packed, right? It's not a big space, but we make it work because we follow the rules. So please be rule followers, and everything will go well. So now it is time to welcome to the stage our conductor. We are very fortunate to have her with us. She has a lot of energy, and I was joking with her because I didn't actually know her. Dr. Schletter knows her from, they're both from Florida, South Florida specifically, and that's where they met. And so as I'm getting to know her, I find out these incredible things that she has done and people that she's met. And I made a joke with her today. I was like, the amount of stuff you've done, like, you must be 90 years old. I don't know. I don't know how anybody could do this amount of stuff in their life and not. She's lived the life of like 3 band directors and orchestra teachers. And so she brings all that knowledge here with her. And so she's been able to share that with the students. And we're so happy to have her, and I feel blessed to have met her and to watch her work. And so please help me to welcome to the stage the CEO of El Sistema in Colorado, Dr. Ingrid Laragoide.
a little shorter. Hi, everybody. I'm so happy to be here. It's always such an honor and privilege to get to travel and meet wonderful people, and these are among the best. Every time I get to conduct and work with any group, it's I call it community. It's my church. It's where I come and I work on sacred things with these kids, which is working together. They have no reason to listen to me, and they do. And we work together, and they listen to each other, and they encourage each other. And you could talk to them about it. We talk a lot about community. So I know that I'm very lucky to have lived a whole life of community. That first piece was called Ascension. It was written by Marie Douglas, and it's about ascending through the musical world as a female conductor. And as you can see, even today, a lot of times I'm the only one. So encourage these wonderful, strong females to continue in this profession. Everybody, but specifically us. This next piece that we're playing is called Chasing Sunlight. A wonderful high school band performed it a couple days ago. It is just beautiful, and I hope these students take you on a wonderful, relaxing journey. This next piece is called The Cave You Fear, and it's more about how difficult it is when we're scared to start something new and our own trepidations. And it's about the struggle we go through, and then when we decide that, you know what, we're just going to try it. And I compare that to what we do here. It's so scary to do this sometimes. I told the kids earlier, this is an AP exam that you take in public, right? You have 2 days, and here we go. So I'm really glad I decided to take this journey. I hope you enjoy it. I'm talking too much, but before I play my last piece, I of course want to thank everybody, obviously for being invited, a good friend, Dr. Schletter, meeting all my new colleagues that from the other ensembles, and Dr. Vallejo. And I also want to thank these wonderful music students that have been hanging out for 3 days, answering to every whim that I have, creating instruments to make sounds and having them scramble. So thank you so much for our Band-Aids, what they call Band-Aids, which is pretty cute. Over here, we can have a round of applause for I had 3, percussion, people fixing instruments. It's a bright future. This last piece, I quarreled with myself about choosing it. It's from a medley from Wicked, which is very popular right now. But actually, at the beginning of my career, I did a marching show on the story of the witch. This was like 2004, like a long time ago. Yeah. I brought it back because I think the message is really important. And my favorite song from all of it is For Good. And I'm constantly reminded, all these people I meet, it's for good. And the fact that you're here, it's for good. And so if there's a message that I could send you home with, other than making everybody continue music for the rest of their lives, is for good. We are a community for good. And the more we can do that together, the more beautiful it is. It is a privilege to be here. Thank you to all my colleagues. And thank you to all of you. This is our last time together, and that's always hard. I will remember all of you, and you have my email. So best of luck to all of you, and enjoy for good. Thank you.
What a wonderful job. Yes? Okay. On behalf of Marshall University, we have a gift for Dr. Ingrid. It's just something that will help her remember just some things that you can only get here. One thing I can see is Scraggle Pop. Who doesn't love Scraggle Pop? And a few other goodies that are specific to West Virginia. So thank you for your time, and here you go. So students, if you would please lower your stands as far as they go so that we can see your faces. All of the students that are on the outside that are kind of facing this way, go ahead and turn your chairs towards the front so that your parents can see your faces. Okay. Dr. Ingrid, if you want to stand like right in front of the chimes there, so that we can get you in the picture. Dr. Schlutter is over there. You can see him. I'm going to get out of the way so I'm not in the picture. And then make sure you smile, okay? Ooh, I'm going to have to squeeze by you. Oh, you gotta do better than that. We're gonna have to reset last time on that one. Remember, it's go herd, and you could throw up the herd, all right? Even if your parents went to the other school, okay? Nice and loud. Here we go. Try one more time.
1, 2, 3. Go herd! We are
All right, we got them trained, okay? Parents, go ahead and take a couple minutes to come up if you would like to take some pictures. Students, go ahead and stay seated.
Ingrid left her but he's gonna leave him.
Yeah, but you'll be able to find her in the hall. Which one's yours?
One of the French ones.
We had it. Okay. Yeah. Awesome. Awesome. What year is she in school? Okay. Fantastic. I was just talking to somebody about, is it Shawnee State that's over there? There's their band program. There's amazing.
The Rec Center is amazing. They do honor band performance there, but they actually decided to do. They're gonna have football teams. They're like rivalry
Here. Circle right here. Circle right there, right? Stay still. Stay still.
Yes, absolutely. Yes. Okay, so we're going to start exiting. Alec is over there. We're going to start with the back row. So go ahead and euphoniums and tubas. Remember, there's a box over there. You know what to do with your music because you're all awesome rule followers. Congratulations on a great performance. Hey, make sure only take your stands if they're your stands. Only take your stand if it's your stand, okay? What's that? Yes. I thought you asked me if I speak Spanish. Yes, I do. Which was your favorite? Which song was your favorite? Yeah, I like that one. I've never seen Wicked, so. Trombones, go ahead. Last spring. They did fix it like right after school got out, but all of our concerts happened everywhere. 2 weeks before school got out. So we were all, I was drenched. Next row is ready to go. Next row, stand up.
Okay.
What year are you in school?
I'm a senior.
Okay, are you going to come join us?
I will my junior and senior year. I'm going to Bridge Valley for 2 years for emergency nursing, and then I'm transferring here from the other side.
2 o'clock.
Okay. I'm
Is
gonna
that-
do like 4.
Is that good? Sing.
We can do 4 so you can get some to eat first. Okay.
Hello. My name is Dr. Phil Vallejo, and I have the pleasure of being the director of bands here at Marshall University. I wanted to take a moment to thank you for being here. Really thank you for sending your students and trusting us with them so that they can have a great time here with 3 wonderful conductors. It's been a great concert for the concert band, great concert for the symphonic band, and I know you're going to love what the Wind Symphony has to offer. In order to make this event happen, it takes a lot to put this all together. And so normally we would have a graduate teaching assistant. She graduated in December, and so we just asked her to stay on and help us. So we are very fortunate to have the leadership that it takes and the skills to make all this happen and email all the music to all the students and organize so many different spreadsheets along with us. So please help me in thanking Miss Gigi Ortiz. And then it takes a whole slew of students to do what we do. And so what you're going to see here are a combination of students. Some of them are band managers, so they hang out with the band every minute of every rehearsal. They're here making sure that anything that they need, they get, right? So that the conductor can just focus on making music. And then every band has a percussion student that hangs out with the percussion section, makes sure they have what they need, the right mouths, the right cymbals, teaching technique, talking about things. In the last band, they literally created an instrument for one of the pieces. And so some of these students are a part of our Kappa Kappa Psi band service fraternity. Some of them are a part of Delta Omicron. Some of them are a part of the collegiate chapter of the National Association for Music Education. Some of them are a part of the Marshall University Percussive Arts Society. And some of them are not a part of any of them. They just do it because they love it. So please help me thank all these students. All right. Okay, so as you came in, there were programs out there. So we are very fortunate to be at a school where they print whatever we need, and so we create the items, and they print them for us. In fact, I think John, are you here? Yes. All right, John Winter's here. Thank you so much for printing all the programs for us. He's actually taught me a lot about printing that I didn't know about. And last year he printed some programs for our California trip. I don't think I told you this, but everyone just loved them. So thank you again. So thank you to our faculty. So we are fortunate to have teachers for all the instruments. And so they put in extra time because these students are nominated. And then once they're nominated, they decide if they want to audition for the ranked spots. All the students on this stage audition for that, and plus another 170 students, right? So it's 250 students sent in videos, and then that meant that the flute teacher had to watch 75 different flute auditions, right? I think it was more like 60, and not everyone auditioned through that, but he had to sit there and watch all of them and then rank all of them. And so every member of the studio faculty did that. Then yesterday they were here for auditions for the School of Music, and then middle of the day they gave master classes to everyone. And then, of course, they had to give up all their spaces and all their classes in order for us to facilitate this event. And that means that now they have to make up for that work next week because they can't just say, oh, we're just not going to teach that stuff. So thank you to them for all of that. And then the director of the School of Music, Dr. Martin Saunders, for supporting us and allowing us to do this event each and every year. To our dean, Dr. Maria Ginhart, and all the support that she gives us. And of course, to our university president, Brad Smith. He is a huge supporter of the arts. not just an alumni of Marshall, but more specifically an alumni of Marshall Band. And so it's not often that you get to have that. And you know, to follow that, we have a new provost coming in who has a doctorate in piano performance. So she's going to be here. She's going to be supporting us. And then her husband will join us a year later, and he has a doctorate in percussion performance. So we're just kind of getting blessed left and right now. And so we love it. And so speaking of which, that creates a lot of momentum and a lot of opportunities for your students to be a part of something that has a lot of positive energy. So if your son or daughter is thinking, I think I want to be a music major, I think I want to be a music teacher, please support them in that, because the life that they get to lead once they become a music teacher is very special. I feel like I've never worked a day in my life, and I don't say that, it's a very true statement. I come to work, and on my worst day, I'm figuring out, okay, how do I make this sound better, right? That's my worst day. On my best days, I'm just like smiling nonstop. I'm up here, and I just can't stop smiling because that's what I get to do, right? So please encourage them, whether it's here or that other school. That's fine. Just keep going, right? And so speaking of going, if you're not going to be a music major, if they're not interested in that, just encourage them to keep playing, because one thing I learned long ago from one of my high school students, we were trying to recruit middle school students, and he came up with the one-liner that we could use, and he said, when people get older, they never say, I wish I had never played an instrument. They always say the opposite. I wish I had kept playing my instrument. And those of you who have stopped playing your instruments know exactly what I mean. And so just encourage them to keep playing, whether it's the marching band, which is 70 to 80% of non-majors, or the concert bands on campus, which have a lot of non-majors and a lot of majors, right? Or the jazz band, or the symphony orchestra, or the choirs. We have all of that here, and most universities have all of that. So please continue to encourage them. Of course, we would not have amazingly talented students like this without the band directors. So we want to take a moment to acknowledge all the band directors. Could you please stand up and we can show them our appreciation. Okay, so a couple other things. We added an element this year. So all the band directors are hanging out and they're talking, and they're here in case something happens. With their students, they get sick or whatever. And so while they're here, I thought, well, what if we were to bring in a marching band designer? So you go to marching band competitions, and something that you might not know is that they don't just get together and what do you want to do? We should do this. And where do you want to stand? Well, we could stand here and go there, right? No, it's everything takes a whole lot of planning, and it's not easy to plan those things. So when you see the end result, there's been hours and hours and hours and hours of just okay, how are we going to do this? How are we going to do that? And so it takes a lot of design ideas to make that happen. So we thought, hey, let's bring in a nationally known designer and give band directors an opportunity to sit with this person for an hour. So yesterday and today, they got to sit with John McFarland, who is a writer for marching bands all over the country. And so those 12 band directors that signed up, they got to have an hour with him. So we want to say thank you to John McFarland, and we have a gift for you. I don't know if he's in here or if he's in the other room watching the live stream. Oh, he's here. So John, if you want to come up and grab your gift. Thank you, John. Okay, and I have the distinct pleasure of being at a university where they value the band so much that there are two band directors here. I made this joke earlier, so I'm sorry if you were here earlier, but one of our students who was here, he was applying to a master's degree program, so he had this cover letter, and he wanted us to read it, and in it, he referred to me as the director of bands, and he referred to my colleague as the athletic director of bands, and I was like, why am I not athletic? And what he meant to say was that Dr. Christopher Schletter is the director of athletic bands, and we're so lucky to have him because when you go to the Marshall Games and you see the marching band and you're wowed by what they do and their energy, that comes from him. Right? That comes from the students and him working together and the pride that they put into making sure that Marshall is well represented at all times. All the basketball games that you go to, that's a ton of work. It's constant, right? So multiple games a week sometimes. And so he's always busy with that. And if he wasn't busy enough with that, he helps with this entire festival. And so I'm very thankful for Dr. Christopher Schletter. And of course, we are both married, and we both have children, and our wives and our children might not know this because they haven't seen us in 2.5 days. So thank you to our families for being patient with us and for allowing us to do the things that we love and for allowing us to kind of be here for 3 days straight. And we look forward to spending time with our families tomorrow. So thank you to them. And lastly, well, it's probably not lastly. I don't want to. That's a very band director thing. Last time. That's never the last time. I wore these pants in California. I was there conducting. Actually, the first band director, he invited me to conduct his band. And people were like, "Why the green pants?" And I'm like, "What? You know, I work at Marshall, right?" But today, I wore them because I have a neighbor. And his name is Gabe Mills. He's right here on the saxophone. And Gabe's parents are Marshall alums, but they're also WVU alums, and they have brainwashed him. And I knew he was going to show up in all sorts of WVU gear today, which he did. He did not disappoint. So I thought, I'm going to have to one-up him by wearing my green pants, right? And so that's why I'm wearing my green pants. Is just for him and of course for Marshall. So anyway, I told him I was gonna say something. So anyway, there's no rivalry between us. WVU, like they're like, oh, we're worried about the national scene, and we're like, why don't you worry about the state scene first? Come at us, right? And so they never do. Anyway, moving on. We're going to get this party started, and when we're done, we're going to give you an opportunity to take pictures. We're going to take a picture from the back, and then we'll allow you to come up to the front, and then when we're done, you're the lucky crew. You can exit either door. We don't care now. But the students are still going to exit that door because it makes sense with the flow. So we're going to get started, and I'm going to introduce our conductor. I have known Mr. Kevin Wellborn since 2001. I guess it was December of 2000 when we met, but we were both a part of a drum corps, Santa Clara Vanguard, as was John McFarland. And so, like band, everything is a small world. And so, of course, with the age of social media, I've been able to follow his career from being a percussion director to being a high school band director. Then he got this job at Alabama running the marching band percussion section and one of the concert bands. And then what most would say the best band program, high school band program in the country, called him and said, hey, come apply for this job. So he went there. Well, Alabama was like, you can't have him forever. So they called him a year later and said, we got to get you back, and we're going to move you up the ladder. So now he's in charge of a lot of things at Alabama, and most of you would know the marching band, right? So the $1 Million Band, and so he gets to spend time with that band and with their symphonic band, and he gets to do all sorts of things. You've probably seen him on TV, you just didn't know. now you're going to know what he looks like. He's easy to spot because he's 6'7", and so I'm really happy. Yeah. It was just so nice. We hadn't seen each other in 25 years, but we are a part of a brotherhood called the Jones, and it's just, we'll forever be brothers. So it's really exciting to have him here, watch him work. So please give him a warm West Virginia welcome to Mr. Kevin Wellborn.
Thank you so much for not only being here supporting these students, but for supporting these students in all things music education, instrumental education. As Dr. Vallejo said, I am a director at University of Alabama, and we just last weekend put on our honor band. So I know how hard that is for everyone involved. Families having to switch schedules and shuttle people to early rehearsals, and the days get a little different because of how the schedules are here versus normal life. Plus, Dr. Schletter, Dr. Vallejo, I really appreciate that. I am also the Kappa Kappa Psi sponsor at Alabama, so all of our Kappa Kappa Psi people here, along with the other help, more than appreciative of that, and constantly visible, all of them, from directors down to the student helpers, constantly visible in helping in any way. So again, thank you so much to all of those people, and most importantly, thank you to these students. We've had a chance to have some discussions. When I was an early band director, I would think that these things, like coming and being invited to these things, meant I needed to have a perfect concert. They needed to have a perfect concert. And it took me a while to really understand that it really is the connection between brand new people. This band has never been together before, and it's about to just fizzle away. It'll be caught on video, but that's it. And that's a little weird once you start thinking about it as a musician. It just fizzles into thin air and we never are together again. So what is the most important part about that is the connection that they make with each other, hopefully that I can make with them in my little bit of time here. But their success in any part is all due to their talent, which goes back to parents, guardians, administrators, band directors. It goes back to that constant support. So I'm more than appreciative of them. They know that. We've had some serious discussions. This next piece, what we just got through playing, Prelude and Fugue in B-flat major, was a Bach piece. And that's way different when you start talking to instrumentalists that aren't string players or not playing a piano, and how some of those articulations and different things kind of need to be handled versus what they might see in other pieces of music like this next one. The next piece is entitled Hypnotic Memories from Rosano Galante, and this is a piece that, I'll be honest, not a lot of people program in honor bands because of the difficulty. And I put it, if you know anything about going to honor band, you always bring more than you're going to program, more pieces, and you kind of use the first night to read through everything. We first read through this, and I'll tell you the moment that I knew that we were going to do it. It had nothing to do with perfection or are they going to be able to handle it. The moment that I even told everybody after the rehearsal, I said, I don't know if it's a little above the entire band's head or something like that, and I don't even care. I don't know, I don't care. But there's a lot of people in the band that I said, there's a meter in music called 7/8, and I said, has anybody played 7/8 before? And some raised their hand, but a lot didn't. And I thought, bingo, that can be a good connection right there. We can play something in 7/8, they'll always remember it, and it is a tune that kind of sticks in your head because of some of the repetitive nature, some of just kind of how the patterns work within the tune itself. So I am insanely proud of their work over, I think we've had maybe 10 and a half hours of rehearsal total. When I say we, think about that. 10 and a half hours not even knowing the people you're sitting beside, and then trying to do something like this at this level is daunting, and they are amazing at it. So more than proud of them. Again, thank you to everyone. I'll shut up, you didn't come here to hear me, but again, thank you very much. This piece needs no introduction, and we talked a lot about how music connects to them. And before I even get there, let me back up for a second. That's a piece that should not ever be played by a band in a 2.5-day honor band, and they absolutely, one, enjoyed it, two, played it that well, meeting each other 2 days ago. That stuff is not common. It's not common in everyday life. And to do it when you're that age, I think we can all probably go back to that age and think like, wow, that stuff is pretty remarkable. You might not even think about it right now, but it is pretty remarkable, and they need to be commended for that. This next piece, if I ever do a band in the South or close to the South, I always think of this, but I even had an honor band once that was well outside of the southern part of the United States, and I decided to do it, and it was something that just has always connected with students. Again, no exception with this group of students. And we've talked a lot about that rather than just the music and just the notes. We've talked a lot about that. So hope you enjoy Amazing Grace. phenomenal job. And I'll tell you, this morning's rehearsal, I told them every rehearsal, and they think that it's normal. It's not normal, but every rehearsal that we had just kept getting better and better and better and better. Their ears, their thought process, like working with each other, listening to the people not only beside them, but like across the band and that sort of stuff that we were asking about. And I'm so incredibly proud of them. And the only reason I'm saying this in front of everyone, they've already heard it, but sometimes it gets lost on what's going on in the background. And the connection to music is huge to me. I think it's huge to everyone that gets in it and stays in it. So it's just something that I'm very proud of them for, and thank you all as well. This is our last piece entitled Bolero. This is a piece, there's a few pieces in the wind band medium that kind of have this idea of a very soft start, and the entire piece just keeps growing and growing and growing and growing. And I had asked them earlier, I said, okay, we can put Hypnotic Memories, the 7/8 piece 2 pieces ago at the end of the program, or we can put Bolero. And it was not really split, but Bolero won. So Bolero goes on the end of the program. Both have great endings to them. And again, I'm so proud of them. And students, I hope you continue in music. Regardless of what you do in your life, I just hope music is a part of it. And please make sure at some point thank the people that helped you get here as well. Thank you again for coming tonight, and thanks everybody for having me here. I appreciate it. Really enjoyed my time. Thank you again.
How about one more round of applause for an amazing job by the Wind Symphony? And we have a gift for Mr. Kevin Wellborn for the time that he spent for coming out here, sharing his love of music and his knowledge with the students, and just the passion that he has for music, and connecting it in more than just the notes on the page, and really making it meaningful, something that they can take them with them forever. So thank you so much. Okay, as promised, you're going to have an opportunity to take some pictures, but first, we're going to take a group shot. So what we need is for everyone in the Wind Symphony to drop their stands as low as possible. If you're on the outsides and you're kind of facing in, go ahead and turn your chairs as much as possible. Dr. Schletter is directly behind me on that chair back there. All right, we're going to make sure we smile. Can you stand maybe over by the wind chimes so that we can see in the picture? Or actually on that side is fine. Yeah, right there is fine, just as long as we can. Is he in the shot there? Yeah. All right, you're good. Let me get out of the shot. You're going to yell, "Go Herd." Now the last group, they did not yell with enough enthusiasm the first try. So, Gabe, make sure it's really loud, and everyone else follow suit. Here we go.
1, 2, 3, go! We are!
I love that. Congratulations. You can go ahead and come on up and take pictures if you like.